Max Baer Jr. was born on December 4, 1937, in Oakland, California, into a family where greatness was expected. His father, Max Baer Sr., was a renowned boxing champion who claimed the world heavyweight title in 1934 after defeating Primo Carnera. This placed young Max under the heavy shadow of his father's fame, and though he would go on to carve out his own legacy, the pressures of living up to such an iconic figure were always present. His mother, Mary Ellen Sullivan, however, provided him with stability and grounded him in values of education and discipline. Max attended Christian Brothers High School in Sacramento, where he stood out as an athlete, earning letters in 4 sports. His athletic prowess was undeniable, and he won the Sacramento Open Junior Golf Tournament twice, showing early signs of his versatility. These formative years would lay the foundation for a career that balanced creativity with business acumen, setting him on a path towards the spotlight. Max's transition into Hollywood. Max Baer Jr.'s transition into Hollywood began with a stage debut at the Blackpool Pavilion in England in 1949. His early exposure to live performance gave him valuable experience and sparked a lifelong passion for acting. However, it was in the 1960s when he truly made his mark in the entertainment industry. Signing with Warner Brothers, Max appeared in a number of popular TV shows, including Maverick and 77 Sunset Strip. These early roles helped hone his craft and allowed him to become a well-known face on television. Despite early success, it was his portrayal of Jethro Bodine on the Beverly Hillbillies, 1962 to 1971, that would cement his place in pop culture. Max's portrayal of the naive, dim-witted Jethro made him a household name. However, the iconic role also led to him being typecast, a challenge that he would face for much of his career. Max's shift from acting to producing and directing. Despite his success as Jethro Bodine, Max Baer Jr. was aware of the limitations his iconic role placed on his acting career. As the show's run neared its end, Max began exploring other avenues within the entertainment industry. In 1974, he took his first steps behind the camera as a producer and screenwriter with Mon County Line, a Southern drama where he also starred. The film was a commercial success and earned critical acclaim, marking Max's successful transition from acting to filmmaking. His next projects, including The Wild McCulloch, 1975, and Ode to Billie Joe, 1976, solidified his reputation as a capable director and producer. Ode to Billie Joe, based on the famous song, became a box office hit and showcased Max's ability to bring popular culture to the big screen. Although his involvement in film direction would taper off with Hometown USA, 1979, Max's shift toward directing and producing allowed him to broaden his creative horizons beyond acting. Max Baer Jr. in the business world. Max Baer Jr.'s entrepreneurial spirit flourished beyond his work in entertainment. Over the years, he ventured into real estate and the casino industry, applying the business knowledge he had gained while studying at Santa Clara University. His ambition didn't stop at real estate. Max sought to capitalize on the enduring popularity of the Beverly Hillbillies by creating a multi-dimensional commercial empire centered around the show. This ambitious plan included developing Jethro's Beverly Hills mansion and creating a series of casinos inspired by the Clampetts world. Max's ability to combine nostalgia with entrepreneurship reflected a savvy approach to business, tapping into the lasting cultural impact of the show. He also worked to acquire rights to use names and likenesses from the Beverly Hillbillies, envisioning a lasting legacy through a nostalgic yet commercially viable project. Irene Ryan, Max's reflections on a legendary co-star. At the age of 88, Max Baer Jr. has begun to reflect on his long and storied career with greater clarity and candor. One of the most significant figures in his career was Irene Ryan, who portrayed Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies. In recent years, Max has shared his honest thoughts on Ryan, revealing that she was far from the sweet, elderly woman audiences saw on screen. Instead, he describes her as sharp, demanding, and tough, a woman who is not afraid to speak her mind. Despite initial intimidation, Max came to greatly respect Irene for her professionalism and resilience. She taught him invaluable lessons about the craft of acting, particularly the importance of precision and preparation. While she could be tough on set, off-camera Irene was known for her wicked sense of humour and warmth, traits that endeared her to those who knew her best. The legacy of Irene Ryan and their complex relationship. Max's relationship with Irene Ryan was not without its challenges. Despite the occasional tension on set, inevitable when strong personalities clash, Max grew to admire Ryan's instincts and her commitment to her craft. He recalls that Irene was always protective of her character, Granny, and the integrity of the show, and over time, Max realised just how right she often was. He credits her with shaping his own approach to acting, particularly when it came to taking the craft seriously. Max also reflects on the personal hardships Irene had endured before the Beverly Hillbillies brought her fame in her later years. She had faced failed marriages and financial insecurity, but never allowed these struggles to define her. Instead, she used them as fuel to become one of television's most beloved characters. Max's reflections on Irene Ryan serve as a tribute to her toughness, talent, and enduring influence. Buddy Ebsen, a mentor and friend. Max Baer Jr.'s relationship with Buddy Ebsen, who played Jed Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies, was one of deep respect and enduring friendship. Ebsen was more than just a co-star to Max. He was a mentor who guided him through the complexities of the entertainment industry. Max often credits Buddy with providing steady guidance during the early years of his career and beyond. The two developed a bond that lasted long after the show ended. Max remained close to Ebsen throughout their lives, and in the final days before Buddy's passing in 2003, Max, along with Donna Douglas, visited him in the hospital to offer comfort and companionship. Ebsen's death marked the end of an era for Max, who had lost not only a friend, but also a guiding figure who had helped him navigate the challenges of fame. The final chapter of the Beverly Hillbillies legacy. With the passing of Donna Douglas in 2015, Max Baer Jr. became the last surviving regular cast member of the Beverly Hillbillies. This distinction, while an honour, also carries a sense of bittersweetness. Max, now the final living link to the show's original ensemble, has become a living bridge to a golden era of television. As the last surviving member, Max has come to represent not just the show's history, but also the enduring friendship and warmth that characterised the Hillbillies cast. The show, which brought joy to millions, lives on in the memories of its audience, and Max's reflections on his co-stars, particularly Buddy Ebsen and Donna Douglas, highlight the lasting emotional bonds that were formed during the making of the show. For Max, carrying these memories is both a responsibility and a tribute to the people who made the show so special. Max Baer Jr.'s legacy and reflection on Hollywood. At 88, Max Baer Jr. stands as a living testament to the golden age of television. Though he is best known for his role as Jethro Bodine, his career encompasses much more than that. From his early days as an athlete to his eventual success as a producer and director, Max has built a multifaceted career. His legacy extends beyond the Beverly Hillbillies, touching upon his contributions to film, television, and business. In his later years, Max has embraced a reflective approach to his life and career, choosing to speak candidly about the people who influenced him and the lessons he learned along the way. While Hollywood has changed significantly since the days of the Beverly Hillbillies, Max's reflections on his time in the industry serve as a reminder of the enduring impact of those who shaped its golden era. Through his stories and memories, he ensures that the legacy of the show and its cast will continue to resonate for generations to come.